Hello, Lereko. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes. So,
Hi,
yeah, yes, how are you? So, I
I'm
truly
getting yourself.
apologize for the confusion. Yes, I'm so sorry for the confusion. So,
No problem.
so did your mother explain to you?
Yeah,
Okay. So, I truly apologize because I never know that, there will be a misunderstanding. So, hopefully, we'll return back to the initial timing from the next class. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So tell me, how is your homework so far?
I still can't really find the error, to be honest.
Never mind, that's good. I mean, finding errors and putting effort to find errors is actually a good practice. So please share with me your
Yeah.
code.
Um, Share screen.
Yes.
Let me just get it out. Um, that's it. Right.
So if I may ask you, if you don't mind, do you actually study? I mean, do you take other classes with for different subjects with other tutors?
I tried a math tutor, but other than that, no.
So your math
Um,
tutor using Zoom or he using other tools?
Zoom mainly.
Okay. And
Um, I
yep,
I can't really share the screen. I think I might have entered the code through
the website.
the web browser. Yeah, the web
Yes.
browser.
Oh, so okay. You have
Let
to, never
me
mind. Yes, go out, please. And yeah.
um join.
Okay.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
So you have to
Okay.
off one of the mics.
How do I
How
do
do I
that?
do that? Okay, done. Don't worry. I think you
Oh,
should
okay.
you should be fine.
Okay. Here is the code.
Okay, so it take a few seconds until I'm able to see it. So if you don't mind, like I'm asking, because I just wanted to know that if everybody is actually using the premium copy of Zoom, so is it when you take the class with the math teacher, is it you have to disconnect every 30 minutes or 45 minutes?
Pardon?
I,
No, there's an echo.
yeah, let me see. Let me check here. So if I let me try to mute this and so try to unmute the other device and see. Okay, let's see. How is that?
Yeah, it's better.
No,
Oh, wait,
still
there's still
there.
a slight
Try the other
echo.
one. I think you have to exit
Oh,
the other one.
yeah.
Yes, I can see your screen. So just yeah, maybe pop. Yes, I think now
Yeah.
should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, exit.
I
Excellent.
forgot to leave the other meeting.
No problem. And let us see where is the issue here. So the first thing I would say that come here
Uh,
and try to move this a little bit.
like down.
Yes, no. To the left. Move it to the left. No, I mean this. Yes, here, this one. So
Yeah, this is the most left I think it
no.
goes.
So I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about this. Do you see here? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
the arrow button.
Yeah, no, not the arrow.
Oh, this.
This, yes. You move it now. Move it here so that it doesn't move it to the left. Yes, so that it doesn't eat from our screen. Yes, enough like that. Yes, that's
Oh,
good.
okay.
So and let me see here. So line 20. Yeah, one of the problems here that we do not really know. Can you move? Okay, line 20. You are. where is your cursor? Can you move with your cursor up and down here in the code
Yeah.
area? Yes. Yeah, put the cursor maybe on this line, so I can know which line is that.
Which line?
I mean, put it here. Can you see my
Oh, here.
arrow? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Click with the mouse. Okay, so this is line 12. Can you see the line down here?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's now move with the keyboard arrows down. Okay, so keep moving until we reach line 20 because he's facing the error in line 20. Okay, so this is a closing of this. And okay, what about if you go down more?
Yeah,
No
that's
more.
the most down. Yeah.
So, okay. So I see here, it's only one curly braces. Most probably, then we have actually, I mean, if you go up, let me just, yeah, if you go up, totally up. So, okay, stop here. So you see here, these two.
Yeah.
Every time you open a curly braces, you have to close it. Every time you open a curly braces, you have to close it. But you don't close it here. You close it down. So this always come with me in every code, right? We have to write the main. So you always need to make sure that for every opened curly braces, you have to produce a closing curly braces, or else the computer will get confused. So now, when I see the curly braces at the bottom, I only see one. So it means that one of those is actually not closed. So that's why it's telling you. So if you go down more, okay.
So
here, this belongs to this. Okay. So this most probably belongs to the void main.
Oh, so I shouldn't have included that one into my like normal code without.
Sorry, I don't get you.
Like this one here, the one that my mouse cursor is on. I shouldn't have included it.
What do you mean you should have included it in
No,
where?
I'm saying I shouldn't have included it. Or
Why not? I mean, there is no issue. I mean, your code here, this code have no problem. The problem is not in this code. The problem is that let me put it in another way. Like, I mean, so when you open a curly braces here, you already close it. So this code have zero problem. The problem is in your main code that you have a missing curly braces. So you need to make another one curly braces here. This is just in short.
oh,
Yes. Just
um,
yes. Now run, please, and you will see that this should be
there's
okay.
a
Another error. That's okay. It means that we already fixed the initial error. So okay, you are Can I know why you're trying to parse? What is this?
Oh, I had them as string variables before, but then the code didn't run, so I just like deleted the string variables.
Never mind. You just put comment these two lines so that.
So also the second line.
Yes, definitely, because both of them seems that they are not taking strings. This parse can only work if you pass a string here. So, but you're passing just integer. So if you want this to work, it should be in between double quotation like that. So just to make it work. But since we're trying to see what is the total errors here, so let us try to run again and see. We try to solve one error after another. Okay, so try to run. Okay, yep. So he is telling me here that this variable, it seems that it's not defined. Where did you find this variable?
I had like string variables before. I put them over here, but then
It doesn't
it
work.
looked like there was an error in those lines, so I just deleted them.
Okay. May I ask you first, did you take an input from the user?
Pardon?
Did you take an input from the user? Okay.
The input from the user. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you mean a line that says like they should enter a number?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So can you do that? Because I see that you are not giving, you are not passing an input. So the exercise say that you should prompt the user to give a number. So if you cannot remember that, look at the previous codes where we actually take input. Yes, okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. Equal. Uh, um, um, like that.
Well, okay. So part of what you wrote is correct, but normally we agreed before that our variables should never be integers. So
Oh,
so you should make, yes, you name it anything.
let me say, one.
Fine, totally fine. Okay. Although it is not tally, but it's totally fine. So, okay, I want you to confirm again. Is that the way that we always do to get to show an input dialog? If you are you forgot, you check. Yes, go and check. There's no harm in that. But don't open the dot class. No, open the dot Java. Yes. So you see here.
Oh, yeah, I see.
So you can copy if you cannot remember. If you would like to write it, it's up to you.
Okay. Like that?
Yes, but you can try to run, but I believe that he wants the I to be capital, and you can go back and check here.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Because it's different words.
yes. Okay, so that's totally fine that he's trying to. So, okay, the first step you have done is actually correct. We're still finding the same error. That is totally fine also. We will come to it. So you take an input as a string. Can we convert that input into, I mean, this is a string. We are not able to deal with it here. So how can we convert this string to an integer? Any idea?
Yeah.
Like this? You have done this before, right?
Yeah.
So yes, you need to write here the variable name. Excellent. And then you uncomment this.
Pardon?
You uncomment the line. So
Oh.
yes, if you keep it commented, then it will never get executed.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we will still have integer cannot find simple. There seem to be parse int. There seem to be some error here. I would say, let me check the spelling. Your spelling is integer dot parse int. Parse, the P is not capital, please. So here the P is small.
Okay.
Okay. So you try to run. I think, yes, he will come to here. So, okay. It means that this pass the error checking. So, okay. Now you take a string, you take a number, it's saved as a string, and then you manage to convert that string into a number and you save it here. And then you would like to actually make this part of here, of this kind of arithmetic operation that you're trying to do. So at the moment, he's searching for the number variable and it's not defined. So you do not have in your code, you didn't initialize it, you didn't put any number inside. So it is better
So
to, yes, excellent, excellent. Yes, that is good. Yes, that is excellent. Now try to run.
okay.
Okay. So it means, okay, it show me here that let me see. It doesn't produce any output so far.
Yeah, same here. It's also not producing an output.
Okay. So I would say that then we have to actually think about the logic. I mean, the code at the moment does not have any syntax error. Do you know what it means, syntax error?
I've heard it, but I think I forgot it.
So we have two types of error. At the moment, we are having a logic error. A logic error means that the code runs, it doesn't show us any error message, but it does not produce the proper output that we expect. And the syntax error is what we was having before. I mean, when he complained about this, because P was capital, this is called syntax error. So it means that you wrote the Java commands in the wrong way. But when you corrected that, he accepted. Okay, so this is what we call syntax error. Logic error, what we need to solve now. The code is written in a correct syntax, but it does not produce the expected output. What is the expected output that we expect out of this exercise? Any idea?
The expected output is, I'm not sure, to see.
To check if the last digit is odd or even. So he expects you to enter. If you look at, I'm not sure if you, are you opening now the exercise?
Like the question.
Yes.
Let me.
If you don't, then allow me to share.
Oh, should I share my screen and show you the exercise?
No, just you stop sharing and then allow me to share with you first, and then after that you can continue writing. So, okay, the point here, our expectation, our expected output from this code is we check if the last digit is odd or even, and display a message that can tell us if the last digit is actually odd or if the last digit is even. So we need to know. But at the moment, nothing coming out. So an example output run that you input 273, and then you expect the output to say that the last digit is 3 and it is odd. Or maybe you enter 1842, and then the expected output will be the last digit 2 is even. So this is the expected output. So if we know it, then I will stop sharing. You start sharing your code again.
Okay.
Am I moving so fast? Do I need to slow down?
No. It's at a good pace.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just remind you here, when we do this kind of checking, which is this condition, we checking, I mean, if we have this as a true, that the last digit is giving no reminder. So let me assume that you already, first of all, before I discuss this, let me confirm. Do you understand what this operation is going to do?
Yeah.
What is it? So it will get the last digit, right?
Yeah.
So if I put,
no, never mind.
If you put 138, so this number, which is 8, the last digit, will be saved here. And then we come in the if statement, and then we check, is it 8 modulus 2 give us 0 or not? So this kind of check will give us two possible conditions, true or false. So the number here, if it is an even number, it means that the remainder of this kind of modulus will be actually 0. So it means that the condition will evaluate to true. So I'm able to print the first line. But in your case, you actually forgot to put an else.
Oh, because it's an if-else statement.
Yes.
So
So we would, yeah. I mean, so what we need to do at the moment is you come here after this line, you press enter.
so here, enter.
Yes, and then you write closing bracket. So you close the bracket because of this, you close it, and then you say else, and then you open
Okay.
a bracket. ELSE.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Now can you run?
Okay. There's two. Okay. It's giving me a output now.
Yes, but I'm just wondering what number did you put as an input?
I
Because I
put 72.
72. Okay, so it managed to get the two, and it managed to tell you that it's even. Okay, can you try again and run? Put maybe 4 digits, 1 4 3 6, or even 7, so that we tried it with the odd
1 4
3 7.
3 7. Yeah,
So it
giving
will,
us
yeah,
it's
okay.
giving the expected output.
Yes, okay. So now we tested our code with 3 digits and with 4 digits, and it works. But do you have a deep
Yeah.
understanding of what we did here?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I mean, from what I can see from your performance so far, I would say that uh, you are, I mean, you can become a programmer actually, because I mean, from your understanding and from your progress so far with the little amount of classes that we're taking, your brain is not because I'm giving you classes that you become like that. This is an ability that God give it to you. Not every student that I teach actually are same progress and same abilities like you. So part of it, of course, the effort that you're putting offline, and the second part is that you have an ability. Your brain has the ability to become a programmer. So I think, yeah, it's just only a matter of some training and some effort you put to study, and then you are able to. Your brain is qualified enough to make you a good programmer, actually. So good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so good. Let
Thank
me,
you.
yeah, you please stop and let us try to continue what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Okay, let me try to share here. There is one concept that, okay, let me see, let me see. Okay, yeah. So I would share this here. Okay, so can you see the code here? So here,
Yes.
I'm not using input. I just create a variable number, and then I pass a 4 digits number here. And then to remove the last digit. I mean, at the moment, what you did, you use a modulus to just extract the last digit. But I'm teaching here,
Yes.
use something different. When you do an integer division with 10, you are able to remove the last digit. But how is this done? Do you understand? How with this
Um,
operation, I'm actually removing the last digit. So if I have two,
uh, oh, should I explain?
yes, please.
Oh,
Yes.
so it's kind of like math basically. So when you divide any number by 10, the comma kind of moves towards the left, and then would that be correct? Or
You touch it. I would say that
and then
70% or
but
80% what you answer is correct, because The
And then
only
it can't
point
be a decimal because it's an integer.
excellent. Yes. Now
So-
you already hit the correct answer. Yes. Now, yes, that's correct. So it means if you understand this correct, then I can move to the next, which means that if I mix this modulus with the last digit, then I am able to actually improve or build on my knowledge. So if I enter 1, 2, 3, 4, the first one will actually take the 4 and save it here. And then this will remove the 4 totally. And then it will now make number, and instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, it will be only 1, 2, 3. So this is an initial operation to actually extract all the digits from a number. So actually, so this 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we call that ones, tens, hundreds, and this thousands. So the correct thing that I will actually leave it for you as an exercise at home is that I would like you to create a variable to carry the ones and another variable to carry the tens, which means that you will need to keep repeating this kind of 2 operations until you manage to save the 1 into a variable called thousands. So definitely you will end up having thousands variable, hundreds variable, tens variable, and ones variable. What the ones, we already tried it. So we tried this code and we already understood when you saw this code. So it means that these 2 steps is the initial steps that you need to do, but you need to repeat them. How many times you need to repeat them? You need to repeat them for the 3. And after you extract the 3 and you save it inside the tens variable, then you need to remove the 3, and then you will end up with having 2, and then you extract the 2, save it in 100 variable, and then and so on until you reach the 1, you save it in the thousands. Is it difficult? If it is difficult, we do it together. If not, then I leave it to you as a homework. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd like to try it by myself first, and then I'll consult help.
Yes, that's good. Okay. So, but basically, do you understand the concept or?
Yeah, I understand the concept.
Okay, that is actually good. So I would say let us move to this topic is, of course, definitely part of your syllabus. So we're talking about using a compound assignment statement. Did you take this?
Not yet.
Okay, so if you see here, can you see this?
Yes.
So this basically means that you are having a variable and you want to add 5 to the variable and save it to the same variable, which means that it's just simply adding 10 to points. Adding extra 5 to the current value in points. So at the moment, inside the RAM, points variable carry 10. And then you want to add 5 to that 10. So by adding 5, we will end up running or writing plus equal 5. So this is totally equivalent to just writing this code. This code is actually can work, but the simplest way, or part of the syllabus, you need to understand it. And we as a programmers, when we write code, we would like to learn shortcut. Means that because we are, as a programmer, you need to write long programs. The more you learn about shortcuts, it saves you time. So instead of writing points equal points plus 5, you can just write it as a short points plus equal 5. So if you write plus equal, it will add 5 to the contents of the points variable and save the result in the points variable. And then if you do this step, so it means that asterisk equal, it means that you are actually doubling the value inside the points and or multiplying it by 2 and saving the results also inside points. So when you do this operation, points now will contain 15. When you do this operation, you are multiplying the 15 by 2. So if you print out, so you will end up printing total points equal 30. So first, if you do not really understand it, I would recommend that you proceed with trying to write these 4 lines of code, and then we try to discuss from there. What do you think?
Okay. Yeah, I'll write it down now.
Yes, please.
I'm done. The code runs.
And it runs fine, right?
Yeah, it runs fine.
Okay, so you see 30 as an output?
Um, Let me double check that that's the output. Wait, it says total points 2. It's not giving the expected output, but yeah.
Okay, can you
Should
share
I?
then with me? Share with me,
Okay.
please.
Do you see the code?
Okay. So the point here that we make a little mistakes here. So we supposed to say plus equal. So
Plus equal.
yes, and here you supposed to say asterisk equal.
Oh,
So you actually I mean what you did is you assigned two to the points, but you do not put it. You do not put it beside the number because you are like telling that I would like to pass a positive number. So we put it, yes, but make it close to the equal. Both should be close together.
okay.
So the plus and the equal should have a space here and space here, and they should be no space in between them.
Okay. Like this.
Yes, yes, you can try to run.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, this also you stop sharing. This also make make you understand that we cannot really learn programming just by looking with your eyes. You always have to practice because definitely there will be misunderstanding and mistakes. So let me see here. There is a proper concept that I would like to explain to you, but that is not enough from this slide. This is just for examples. So let me share with you. Give me a second. I would share. Yep, here. So I think so far you have seen with me. So if we say that amount is a variable of integer that carry 5 and num it's a double that carry 2.5. If I say here plus equal, we already see how it works. And we also have seen when we use asterisk equal, which means that it's multiplication. And we have seen how it, what it do. So, but now I would like to tell you that the same can be used with a modulus. So if you would like to say that I would like to make a modulus for amount with 2, then you also can do it as a shortcut this way. Okay, and the same can be done with the division. So if you would like to divide num by the amount and you save the result into num, then you do exactly the same here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So far, is it understandable?
Yes.
Okay. At the moment, is it possible that you add one line just to confirm that you really understand what we are talking about?
Sure.
Okay, let me think. So you have the code that you was just checking, you actually wrote, let me see here, if I come here, you have points variable. So if you write the points variable, then I would say write these points modulus equal and write let me see 2. You can put, can you put this line before the print statement?
Yeah. Yeah, it says total points is equal to 0.
Okay, do you know why it bring me 0?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, okay. I think did we go through this kind of typecasting before?
I think we touched on it a little bit in the last lesson, but I think it was not into depth.
Okay, so I would say that if you would like, I mean, so if we have a value that is double and we would like to save it to an integer variable, we are not initially able to do that without errors. So we have to use what we call typecasting. Typecasting means that we need to use a bracket and we need to put inside here what is a new data type that we would like to convert any number presented here to be able to save it to maybe a specific variable. So let us assume if you say here integer num equal, so you put here int, and then you are able to put here something like this 7.9, like what he's saying here. So you are not able to save the double inside the num. But to be able to save it, you have to do a casting, which means that you have to, before you start saving this 7.9 inside num, you have to convert it to an integer by putting this bracket and putting what you wish to have as a data type. Then we will do the conversion first. And if we do convert 7.9 to an integer, which means that I'm going to remove the decimal point. So I will have 7, and then when I try to save 7 inside num, that will be correct and there will be no issue. So is it always the case that, let me put this back so that you, after I finish explaining, then you can able to write it down and see if it works. So we also can say that we have an example like that. So imagine that you have double data type, and then we say D equal, and then I would like to save. So at the end, this 25 is an integer. Before I put it inside the D, which is a double variable, I would like to convert it first by using typecasting. So this kind of operation, we say typecasting. It means that before you save the variable, you actually convert it. But be aware that this is fast because we don't have to write. If you remember before, if we would like to convert, for example, something from a string, you would like to convert it to an integer, you have to say integer dot parse, and then after you said parse, you have to say parse int, and then you have to put the string here. So we are not using this kind of ways. This typecasting can only work between integers and doubles only. We're not talking about strings at all. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, okay, can you do me a favor, please? I would like to confirm that you have a deep understanding of this and you don't forget it. So I would like you to add these 2 lines in your code, in your current code.
Okay. Not really. It's not showing the output, but let me see. Hmm,
Maybe you can share your screen with me.
okay. I'm almost done. Let me just um. Okay. I fixed it.
Okay, that's great. So you see an output already?
Yeah. Should I share?
No, if you see an output, then it's okay. Then let me continue. So
Okay.
you managed to see an integer and a double as a result. Am I right?
Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. And you have a deep understanding of what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is something interesting, and this support our previous discussion when we talk about. Can you remember we talk about the ASCII table?
Mm-hmm.
What did you understand when I explained to you about ASCII table?
So ASCII table, it uses like a set of 7 bits and it has 128 characters. But it's only the only problem is it's like only in English characters, so it can't really
Excellent.
yeah.
Excellent. That's excellent. So I am going to teach you here something that proves that actually inside the memory, there is no presence for A, B, C, and so on. It's only ones and zeros, and every character is saved as a number inside the memory. So we defining a character, and this is a variable name, CH, and we are saving A inside the CH. And then we saying this integer is called Unicode. And then inside the Unicode, we do a typecasting. So the typecasting here is going to convert the character to its integer equivalent. We said that in the ASCII table, or even in the Unicode structure, that every character is represented by a number, but we cannot see that. This is something, it's like a table, conversion table inside the computer. We never see it. We study the ASCII table, but we don't see this kind of conversion. So to see it in real, then you have to do a typecasting. So you change, even though you already create CH as A small, but again, like I told you, it actually represented inside the memory, not as an A, but is as a 97. So in the memory location, in the RAM, we have 97 stored. To get that, we do a typecasting and we ask him, I do not want to see the A as a character. Instead, I would like to convert it to an integer and save that into an integer variable and then print out the integer variable. So you will see 97. And then if you change this A to A capital, you will see a different number. So first of all, I would like you to take this and write these 4 lines. And then I will prove to you from the ASCII table that this 97 is actually fixed in the ASCII table. And if you choose the A to be B, you will find that the result is 98. And if you get C, you will see 99. Why? Because A, B, and C, it is on top of each other, and they have like kind of serial numbering. So the number is consecutive.
Yeah.
So, okay, now write and let's talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done. It runs.
It runs. And did you change that to B and C to be able to see the difference and what kind of output that you get?
Let me try that now.
Yes.
Um, yeah, it gives me the consecutive number after 97. Gives me 98.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So even if you put Z, so it will be also a consecutive number of what is appearing here. So they will keep counting for every alphabet until we reach the Z. So what about if you put A capital, please?
Okay. It gives me 65.
Okay, so it means that the capital letters is, uh, I mean, have a smaller representation of numbers than the smaller letters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just give me a second. I would say that here, ASCII table. So I'm sharing with you here. So, okay, you did tell me now that A capital give you 65. Am I right?
Yes.
So, and this is the 65. Okay. So, and the A small give you 97. Am I right?
Yes.
So this is based on the ASCII table. So this is a proof that what we are doing is actually connected to the ASCII table. So if you understand, then we can move to the next. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so I would move to the next here, which is okay. This is a new concept that actually appears sometimes to be confusing. This is also like a short way, a method to increment variables. So if I have a variable that I would like to increment it, but with a special condition, so I can put plus plus after the variable, or I can put plus plus before the variable. So when you put plus plus, it is equivalent of you saying that I would like to increment that variable by 1. But when you put plus plus after, so you are saying, okay, you're saying that I would like to increment the variable, but how to say, we need to do an operation on the variable first. After that, we increment it. So let me give you an example. So if you see here, no, let me go to a proper example. So, okay, we call, when we have plus plus or minus minus come before the variable name, they are called pre-increment or pre-decrement operators. Okay. And when we have the plus plus and the minus minus come after the variable, which means that this is the variable, and then we say plus plus, we call that post-increment. So we have to differentiate between pre-increment and post-increment because the outcome is different. So that affects the order of execution. So if we're talking about the pre, it is executed before any other use of the variable. If you're talking about the post, so we are talking about it is executed after the variable is used. Of course, this is totally blurred. You cannot really understand what I'm saying. So let me try to move to the next, and hopefully that will simplify the thing. So again, what I'm trying to converse to you or to pass to you here is that this kind of plus plus here, or even plus plus before the variable. So we said here that this is post increment and this is pre-increment. Both of them is equivalent to this.
Okay.
And the minus minus, either it's come post the variable, post decrement, or pre-decrement. It is actually also equivalent to subtracting 1 from the variable. But the point here that they use it in different ways, especially in the exam, they come in a so they show you an arithmetic operation like that, and they will tell you, tell me what is the expected output. So they define m, it is an integer with the value 4, and they divide n with the value 6. And then they say num equal 3 multiplied by plus plus m. So plus plus m, it is a pre-increment. It means that I am going to increment this variable 4 by 1. But based on the position of the plus plus, I will know if I need to increment m before it's multiplied by 3 or after. So that will make a big difference. So, okay.
So is it kind of like BODMAS basically? In a way.
Kind of. Yes, a kind of. But just be aware that it's I would say it's a kind of, but just be aware that still programming have its own ways of doing things. Yes, they touch mathematics sometimes, but not 100%. The way that they operate inside the computer is slightly different. So let me try to do that and simplify this with you. So we say here we have 3, and then the value inside m at the moment we define it to be 4. So before I multiply the m, which carry 4, by 3, I need to increment the m. I increment it by how much? By 1. So I say 4 plus 1 equal 5. This 5, I will multiply it by 3. And then I will store the result in num1. So num1 will contain 15. On the other side, if I look and I put the m plus plus, I will still add 1 to the 4. But wait first. So when I put the plus plus post increment, it means that I will multiply the value inside m by 3 first, and then I will store the result. So m contain 4. If I multiply the 4 by 3, it gives me 12. I store the 12 inside num1, and then I go and increment the value of m. So I add 4 plus 1. So this, I increment the value of 4. I add 1 to it, it becomes 5. But the 5 is not reflected in the arithmetic multiplication here. So you will find that num1 now have 12. But here it have 15. Because I incremented the m by 1 before I do the multiplication here. But when I have a post increment, because the plus plus is after the variable name, so I'm doing it in a different way. I increment after the multiplication happened. It's confusing, right?
No, I understand it.
So okay, to really make sure that you really understand that, I would ask you only to write these 2 lines, only these 2 lines.
Okay. I'm facing an error.
Okay, can you please share your code with me?
Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah. Do you see it?
Yes, I see it. So he doesn't like that you put an integer like a num. He said that the num is already defined. Okay, So he doesn't, part of becoming a good programmer that you need to understand the error. So he said that the variable num, we already used it before. So if you go up, you will find that we somehow in the code above, we use a variable that's called num. You go slowly down and let's see where did we, yeah, so we use num here. So go down and we change the name of the variable. So instead of having, maybe we put num2. Yeah, okay. Yeah, num2 just in case, yeah. Okay, now run, I think should be fine. So we run, but we didn't see what is the output of num2. So I would say copy that line and put it here, and then try to print out num2. Control Z, yes, num2. Yes, good. So do you see 15? Now, if you move the plus plus to be after the M.
Give us 12.
Then excellent. If you understand that, then it is totally okay. Then we should stop here. If you have any questions before we stop.
No, not really.
Okay, tell me, do you benefit from the classes so far?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's good. So I will pass you the exercise soon and then see you next class. Take care.
Yeah. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.